my fellow fighters and the people of the world. Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is starting to become an embarrassment to the people who support him. He's starting to become something people never expected he would become. Because of his recent tweets, the way he's been acting and forcing people to perceive him, he's been in support more of the ANC, and we all know that story. And when it comes to the Madlanga Commission versus the ad hoc committee, somehow he's always undermining the ad hoc committee, the work of the parliament, and promoting a commission, a Madlanga Commission, something I've never expected Dr. Ndlozi to do. But I want you guys to watch Nalezi Chirwa brutally answer this man and put his ego to rest, because it seems like it needed some rest. The perpetual struggle with ego and pride is now plain said. It's okay, doctor. You were wrong to drum a majority for Ramaphosa from the get-go. We told you, nobody is always right anyway. Rest, accept. We are going beyond the brief now. The nation is happy with the work of the ad hoc committee, particularly the contributions of the CIC and the President Julius Silomalema. We know you would have preferred it to be a flop. It's not, and it's okay. Pepisa. Imagine now, people way younger than him, people he used to lead, because they were younger than him, they used to look up to him, now having to be the one to call him out and to tell him, relax, pepisa, chila ndoda, kokumoya, phefumula kahle, relax, take a breath, look at things proper, and stop acting a clown. Of course, I'm going to do justice to Ndlozi. I'm going to read what Nalezi Chirwa was actually replying to. A very sad tweet that was written by Dr. Ndlozi. Of course, in hopes to undermine the ad hoc committee, calling it a comedy, and trying to come up with a bunch of excuses, justifying things that are not even justifiable, to make people maybe want to buy into this thing that this might be a comedy, only for him to be proven wrong. But of course, he didn't know he would be proven wrong. He was quick to comment when it came to these issues. So this is what he tweeted. So the logic of the so-called principle is that if the ANC, since it is up to them, chose to put Senzo Mchunu in the ad hoc committee, then we must all see this as a rational. How is this consistent with the constitution you sought to defend? The constitution already establishes a principle of national justice in the Bill of Rights. One is entitled to a fair hearing as a human right. The DA has no shame, and all who defend it, comic logic by a bilateral pomposity in an era where whistleblowers are actually an endangered species. Criminals are proud wherever they are for all who seek to humiliate, delegitimate Mkhwanazi. They celebrate and look forward to their agents in the National Assembly to execute their agenda and render ours as a country at the behest of murderers. This is the reason why the ad hoc is a comedy, because Parliament is actually accused. Number one, they did nothing with General's allegations, and there is a reason why. Now they force him to explain himself to his adversaries, who sit as judges in his hearing. Simply because you can summon him. Abuse of power and pure injustice. Dr. Ndlozi says. A lot of contradictions. Somewhere he's trying to criticize that These guys are trying to bring Senzo Mchunu to come and speak. Ngapha, he contradict himself. He speak about the constitution allows people to have a fair hearing. Then you're like, then what are you saying? What point are you trying to make? Maybe I didn't understand. Maybe I don't know English. But all in all, to summarize this package from him, he's just trying to convince those who he can convince to not buy into the other committee because he believes it's a comedy. How dare you, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, want to convince the whole nation that the other committee is a comedy? What a shame. The greats have fallen, you know. The previously celebrated as people who cared now look like jokes in front of the whole nation because of trying to tweet and act like you know things because somehow you have a title of being called a doctor. Seems like this title is not coming in handy for you, because what is this? And he tweeted this, my beloved South Africans, so I can tell you. He tweeted this before the other committee started. Way before it started. Before Mkhwanazi spoke. He said this. Since after then, when he listened, I'm sure he was looking at how the process was smooth, how they were busy asking General Mkhwanazi questions and he was answering. And then he met, of course, the person he hates the most, Julius Malema. The way Julius Malema and Mkhwanazi, they were having a very beautiful discussion, a very beautiful questioning and answering. Since then, he's been humbled. Your doctor. The great have fallen. At first, we witnessed Savimbi spiral out of control because he thought he was going to become something bigger because somehow he has left the EFF. Only for him to be subjected to be just a regular hater of this organization and being called Savimbi by people like Abu Andile Mngxitama. What a shame. What a very big shame this man has become. Together with his friend. I think their friendship is coming in handy. They are feeding off of each other as energies. That's why they seem to be acting in parallel when it comes to hating the CIC. With the other one, the hatred is life. It shows it that he hates him. This one is playing it low-key, but we've been long established that he hates the CIC. I've been one of the people who have been vocal about it. Because there's subtle and low-key. And there's a word I'm looking for. Taking subliminal jabs in hopes nobody will notice he's speaking about the CIC, but we always see Guti Ukhuluma. Like now, him tweeting this nonsense, we all know it was about the CIC because somehow the CIC was defending the honor of the other DA lady and saying that if she wants to leave, she shouldn't be thrown out by us. She should be the one to leave because there's no rules that say she must be thrown out. Doctor, your doctor. Grades have fallen so bad. But it is what it is. We thank you very much. Thank you.